okay? If you're in a band and you're staying at the Motel 6 and you add a band member and now you're at the Ritz-Carlton, keep your issues to yourself. All right? You went from a Motel 6 in a sketchy part of town to a Four Seasons in the shopping district.
A moment from the WNBA All-Star Game that drew 27 million viewers quickly became unforgettable, but it was the post-game press conference that truly sparked controversy. The fallout ignited a fierce debate across the basketball world, forcing fans and analysts to pick sides. Known for his unfiltered style, Colin Cowherd launched one of the harshest critiques in recent sports media history, targeting Los Angeles Sparks star Kelsey Plum. This was more than a routine sports argument. It raised questions about respect, gratitude, and the risk of alienating those who support the league. Cowherd was visibly furious. What was meant to be a celebratory showcase of the WNBA's top talent on Saturday night in Indianapolis at Gainbridge Fieldhouse instead became one of the loudest and most polarizing moments in modern sports.
That was a very powerful moment. We didn't, at least as players, we didn't know that was going to happen. So I think it was kind of like a genuine surprise, but the t-shirt, just united front was determined this morning, that we had a meeting for. And, not to tattletale, but 0 members of Team Clark were very present for that. But no, we were just, we had a very,
that really needed to be mentioned.
I'm trying to make a situation light, okay? But yeah, no, I think it was just all of us getting on the same page for the game. And we wanted to do something that was just united and collective. And I thought that, it was a very powerful moment and got the point across. And, sometimes you don't.
Both All-Star teams took the court for warm-ups wearing black t-shirts emblazoned with the bold slogan, "Pay us what you owe us," sending the crowd into a frenzy. In front of 27 million viewers, WNBA players united to spotlight ongoing pay disputes and contract negotiations. The protest was strategic, powerful, and resonated throughout the basketball world. However, the tone shifted sharply soon after. During the post-game press conference, Kelsey Plum, recognized as the league's top shooter since 2017, chose to publicly criticize Caitlin Clark. Rather than delivering her remarks tactfully or diplomatically, Plum spoke with pointed precision, a level of intent that only intensified the backlash and inflamed emotions.
It was a terrible PR decision. Judging by the response on social media, it was a PR disaster. All right, an absurd move right before the all.
Reflecting on the t-shirt protest, Plum described it as an incredibly powerful moment, explaining that many players were not aware it was going to happen. However, her comments soon took a sharper turn. She specifically called out Caitlin Clark's All-Star team for failing to attend the meeting where the shirt demonstration was organized.
Don't bother me. But why do you take a shot at the Golden Goose, Caitlin Clark? You guys were flying before she arrived on one of those airlines that made you pay for a cup of water. One of those airlines that is the planes are the color of a...
Consider this for a moment. A seasoned veteran, someone who might have been expected to show gratitude, instead publicly criticized the very player who has helped propel women's basketball from a niche sport into must-watch television, driven by explosive fan engagement and viral social media buzz. On Monday morning, the Fox Sports host Colin Cowherd was ready to confront the issue head-on. He shouted, "Stop talking," his voice rising with every word, before demanding, "Why are you trying to kill the golden goose?"
Mind the t-shirts. I think you have leverage. I think you deserve more than 9%. But it's just misstep after misstep. It's time to grow up, girl.
But that outburst was only the opening salvo. What followed was a verbal takedown destined to be remembered for years. Cowherd compared the league's rise to moving from a rundown Motel 6 in a sketchy part of town to a luxury stay at the Four Seasons inside a mall. With a metaphor that landed like a freight train, he added, "And now you're taking shots at the person who earned you that upgrade." Still clearly irritated, he continued, "Keep your grievances to yourself and start showing some gratitude for what Caitlin Clark has done for the WNBA. Grow up."
more profitable as women's basketball gets better, as the Caitlin Clark momentum train gets bigger. I mean, this year she's not playing well. She's hurt. She's not there for all the games. So this is actually not as...
What truly fuels Cowherd's outrage and makes it difficult to dispute is the data. The numbers alone should give every WNBA veteran pause before taking aim at Caitlin Clark. Before her arrival, a strong night for the league meant around 400,000 viewers. This season, Indiana Fever games featuring Clark routinely attract more than 1.7 million viewers, with some broadcasts surpassing 3 million. Overall television ratings have jumped by 170% in just 1 year. Attendance tells an even stronger story. The Fever have sold out 17 of their 20 home games, and their road games now pack arenas wherever Indiana plays, venues that previously struggled to reach capacity.
They went from an average walk-in price of $121 to 64 bones. $64 to get in once Caitlin Clark's injury came out that she wasn't going to play. And I'm very interested to see what those rates...
The league has operated at a loss for 27 years, with annual deficits estimated between $10 and $12 million. This season, the WNBA is projected to come close to turning a profit for the first time in its history, and Caitlin Clark is widely seen as the catalyst. What made Cowherd's tirade resonate wasn't just his anger, but the blunt reality behind it. For all her talent, Kelsey Plum has never influenced the growth of women's basketball the way Clark has in a single season. Clark is the player actively expanding the sport's audience. Cowherd drove that point home before asking the inevitable question, his voice weighted by the numbers. You're criticizing her, and even mocking her?
Exactly what she was doing. She knew she was being shitty, and she was. That's what she was doing. She knows Caitlin Clark's got a ton of fans that support her, and she purposely gave her a double...
It's ironic. While it's understandable for WNBA veterans to push for higher pay, their criticism is aimed at the one player who is actually helping make those demands possible. It's like complaining about the size of your slice while spitting in the face of the baker. Understanding what Caitlin Clark has achieved in less than a year as a professional highlights why Cowherd's defense of her is so compelling. Clark has amassed 3,685 career points, breaking both the men's and women's NCAA Division I all-time scoring records. She led Iowa to back-to-back national championship games, a feat unseen since 2009, and her collegiate matchups, including the championship, often drew larger crowds than men's March Madness contests. When Kelsey Plum publicly criticized Clark, Colin Cowherd didn't hold back. He called out the veteran for mocking the athlete who has single-handedly revitalized the WNBA. In her rookie season, Clark has transformed the league, boosting revenue, TV ratings, arena attendance, and endorsements. Plum, despite her talent and achievements, has never had a comparable impact. Cowherd framed Plum's comments as jealous and short-sighted, warning that disparaging the league's rising star is both poor sportsmanship and economic folly. His message was clear: acknowledge the player driving your success, stop letting resentment harm the league, and protect the golden goose. Caitlin Clark is a transcendent talent, and how veterans respond to her now could shape the future of the WNBA and her career.